the most important part in life. Look, in life, there is three things that either make you very successful or you leave you stagnant. It's your imagination, your belief, and your habit. That can make you very successful or you're going to be stagnant. Now, what you want to do that, you need to have someone on your side, someone on your corner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my show. My name is Tiffany Alexander, and this is Unveiling Journeys. I'm excited to have you here today. If you have been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, I tell you a smidge about me. I'm a real estate investor that has somehow turned super connector. And the cool people that I've been meeting from going to high level masterminds and networking clubs, they are too cool to contain to just only knowing me. And I wanted to share them all with you. So a little bit about how I accomplish that. I just ask people, who do you know that you think I need to know? And that's been expanding my world around me. And I want them all to know you at this point. So we get to have a special guest with us today. We met at a networking event and we've since bumped into each other at a couple other networking events. And I asked him if he wanted to be a guest on the show. And that's what we're going to do today. So with that, welcome, Haim, and tell us a little bit about who you are right now and what you're up to.
Thank you for having me on this, the first. It's kind of unusual the way I describe myself, but I said, I'm honest, I'm loyal, I'm compassionate, I'm caring, I'm loving, and I have high integrity. This is who I am. And what I do, I'm a dreammaker. I know how to take what you have in your head and put it in your hand. I do it for the last 15 years, and I have my own experience, and I have many, many stories to tell
Oh my
around
goodness,
that.
I love that. A dream maker. We're going to need to unpack that a little bit because someone's going to say, how do I apply that to me? How do you, like, I have dreams, right? I want to go to space someday. I'm going to get there. But how do we get that from where we are now to how we want to be? And that's the idea of getting you to know them. But let's do this. Tell me more. Where are you from? And what did you do as a kid? And what did you want to be when you grew up?
I born in Israel, and as far as I remember, I planned to be as I meant to learn electronic.
Yeah.
Back then in the 70s, electronic was the big thing. So I registered to school that was teaching electronic, but for some reason he said, no, you're not going to learn electronic. You will be car mechanic. I mean, then that age, like 13, 14, what do you know? You don't argue. You just accept what you was told to do, and you go with that. And that's what I was doing until January in 2009.
So did you go to school to be a mechanic in
Yes,
Israel?
yes.
And then you moved from Israel. At what point did you shift being in Israel to coming over here in the States?
In 1996, what
How did
happened
that happen? Tell us about that story.
in 1995, I got divorced. I have three kids from the first marriage, and I didn't want my kid grow up in a house that two grown up don't know how to behave to each other. So I said, that's not fair to them. They not come to this world to learn bad behavior of adult. So it's better off that that's going to break it down. So I leave everything to my ex. Take the house, take the car, take the key, whatever you want, take it. I said to myself, you learn how to do it so you can do it all over again. And that's what happened. So when I left, it was me, my clothes, and my car. And I was living in my car for several months until I said to myself, that's it. I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to sleep in bed. I want to brush my teeth in the morning. I want to take a shower every day. I want to change clothes every day. I couldn't do that in Israel. So I have a brother that lives in New York. So you know what? Do me a favor. Send me a ticket. I'm going to come to you. And I start my life here. So imagine that. I'm over 40. I'm a homeless guy. And I came to New York and I don't speak English.
You didn't even speak English. Oh my gosh. What?
So it's kind of very challenging in the beginning, but I figured that out. In the English alphabet, we have the letter F. How we use it? Do you live in fear or you have a faith? I have a faith in me. So I turn everything around.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. So you changed your entire perspective, your story, you changed countries, continents, flew over here to New York. Now, when you got here, what did that look like? Did you already know what you were going to go do?
No, I have no clue. I have no idea. I didn't know how to speak it. I tell you the story. It's just kind of funny. The English I knew was so poor, which is me. If I want you to come here, I know how to say it. Come here. If I want you to go over there, I don't know how to say it. So I used to go over there and tell you come here. That's the
Okay.
English I know. But that didn't stop me. I figured out the first thing I need to learn is how to speak, how to communicate with people before anything else. And that's the beginning. I find bilingual guy that we become friends. And I learned that way.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So you're learning English. What was your first job that you picked up when you were in New York?
I was car mechanic. That was easy for me because I come to the place, I know what I'm doing. I have the experience. So that was easy. I find a job.
Yeah. Well, in all reality, you could be a car mechanic and not have to say much in English. You could continue do what you're doing just for the
Right.
customer, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you stayed there for quite a while. How long was it and what happened to leave?
I was there until I switched a few places here in state in New York
Hmm.
that I used to work. And the last place, it was the kind of the longest time. I worked there like something like 8 years. And in 2008 was the recession. And then the place started to not making the money, the income that they used to have. A manager came to us, the employee, and put pressure. He want to make the number up. Say, okay. So he asked gently to make immoral and illegal work. And I refused to do that. I say, look, I'm not a kid. I'm already over 50. I never did that in my life. I was honest all my life. I never changed that. And I say, I'm not going to do it. So he sent me home. He fired me.
No way. Because
Yes.
you stood up for your own
Yes.
morals.
So
Oh my
when he
gosh.
fired me, I didn't, I become all qualified because I'm over 50. Nobody want to hire me. And I need to find some other source of income. What I did, I went kind of holistic way. Who am I? What I'm doing here on the face on the earth? What is my purpose in life? And I find that I love people and I love to help people, but still I don't know what to do with that. I know that about me, but okay, that's not going to bring me income. And I stumble on coaching. I say, well, that's what the people do. Let me see how is that going to work for me. I took a course. The school was in Australia, not even in the States. And that's what I do since 2010 until today. That's what I'm
Man.
going to do until the rest of my life.
Well, what does that mean? Like, what is that? How were you coaching people? What kind of coach?
When I talk about the dream maker, everything in the universe created twice. The first time in a person's mind, the second time in a physical reality. Think about that. All what you see, all what you have around you. If we go back in time, it would not exist. Someone has to think about that and build it. So that's the principle. The application is different from person to person. Now, every person have image in his head about something that he want to have, he want to do, he want to be. Now, we don't think about something that not exists. We think about something we don't have. So how you engage in no activity that's going to give you what you hold in your head. So in the beginning, what I will ask you to do, I want you to replace your self-image for the person that you want to become. When you do that, I will ask you to take 10, 15 minutes a day. Start to practice that.
Ooh, how do you practice that?
That's no big deal. Because people want three things in life. People want to have more money. People want to be happy. People want to be healthy.
Oh, there you go.
So most of the people talk about money. So, okay, you talk about more money. How much you making now? What is now your source of income? So let's see if you're more comfortable to increase the time or to grow up. What is that you're looking to do? Because if you want to grow up, you need to have another source of income. Because if you give more time, you're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
So what you hold in your head, how you see yourself making more money, how is that looking to you? Because I can't give you advice. I can't tell you what to do. I can go what you want. I'm going to go along what you're thinking. And that's the way it's work. And what I find out along the way, people have a fear of two different things that nobody almost talk about. People don't want to be bullied. People don't want to be embarrassed. When you do something that's from your head, which is mean you have no experience, the people around you don't know that about you. All of a sudden, you start to do something that out of your curriculum, out of who you are.
Hmm.
Now you open yourself to be embarrassed or to be bullied.
Yeah.
That's going to hold you.
Hmm.
So when I come, that will never happen. When you have someone on your side, nobody can bully you.
Right.
You will never be embarrassed.
Hmm.
We said that phrase, behind every successful person, there is the significant other. It can be coach, it can be husband, it can be wife, it can be someone on your side that support and believe in you without judgment.
Oh man. Now, if you are that person that gets to support and believe in them, what have you been able to help people accomplish?
I work with a lawyer. When we start to work together, his office was 5 by 10, which is mean bathroom is bigger than his office. He have two chairs, one inside, one outside in the hallway. In the first year, he took over the whole floor. In the third year, he have his own building. We figure out how to grow because I can coach him on law. I'm not a lawyer. I was
Yeah,
car
you're not the
mechanic.
lawyer. Just to grow.
Yeah, but to think different than what he think, that's I'm good at that.
Man, that's incredible. Just getting someone to think, and by doing these 15-minute daily exercises are just the beginning, right?
Right. Just to find out if you like it.
Hmm.
If you don't like it, you're not gonna climb on the wrong tree.
Man, tell me more about when you started in this journey. How did you grow in it yourself too?
I learn as I go. I educate myself along the way. For instance, I learn that what make people move to take action, it's a feeling. It's not like, which you mean, think about that. You feel mad, you feel angry, you feel hungry, you feel tired. After any activity that I mentioned now, there is activity that's go after that. When you're hungry, you go and eat. You feel hungry, you go and eat. When you feel tired, you go to sleep. When you feel mad, you break something, you throw something. So there is activity after the feeling. It's all the time. So when you make people feel good, they can take action. They will take action.
That's an interesting thought. I've never considered that.
If I now we justify it with logic and common sense, but we operate from feeling.
Hmm.
After
Wow.
you do, you say, yeah, it makes sense to do that because that's feel right. See, again, the feeling is there.
But you can't always trust your feelings though. So how do you know what to trust?
Oh, yes. The feeling is the most important because if you don't feel like it, you're not going to do it.
Hmm.
There is no other force in the world that make you do something that you don't feel like it. You don't have the energy to do it.
Yeah. But like some people need to feel like eating healthier, right? You want to be healthy and make more money and
Okay, so when you start to want to eat healthy, you start to investigate what you're eating. You start to pay attention what I'm eating. What the value in McDonald's or in vegetable, where I get more value. So I'm not going to stop to eat McDonald's overnight, but I'm going to, when I go to the supermarket, I go sometime once a week, sometime every other week. I'm going to visit the vegetable section more and more.
man, this is fun to think that you can get people to amplify, get exponential results out of someone that really maybe felt stuck. Do you feel like there's a certain person that ends up finding you, or do you go find the people that need you?
It's usually I find them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because when I say dream maker, people stay away. They said, I don't know what you're talking about.
right?
I dream at night, how you can make it happen. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They stay away until we sit down like that and we start to talk. And now you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hmm. My goodness. Can you tell me a couple of, or maybe your favorite story or piece of advice that you received along this path that you love to give to other people?
I will tell you a story and then I don't give advice. I tell you how to think. I work with single mother. She was selling insurance for a living. And we communicate like that. We have that coffee chat, what I call. And she said, oh, wow, I'm impressed. I believe with you, I can get what I want. I don't know how much you charge. I don't know if I can afford you. Say, hold on, before we go there, what is that you're looking for? And then let me decide if I'm going to work with you. And she said, okay, fair enough. I want to be actors in movie. Say, okay, what you willing to do to make that happen? She said, whatever it takes. That's intrigue me now. I get a lot of asking, but not something like that. I say, you know what? Let's start to work. When you have income from the movie, we'll talk how you compensate me. Right now, you don't pay me anything. In the second month we work together, she started to go to audition. In the fourth month, she got picked up in audition. Year after that, she called me. She said, "I finished my first movie,"
What?
and it wasn't so complicated as it sounds. I have no clue. I have no idea. But I said, "Wait a minute. There is community of this industry. They are human beings like me, like you. Now they hang out someplace. They have some bar. They go after hour. They go to some club to hang out. Where is that place? We find the place. I said, now I want you to go there to be one of them.
Yeah.
When you're one of them, you know when they have audition, you know who's who, and that's the you open the door, you go into the room that you know where you're going.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Man, that's interesting. Yeah, you gotta follow and pretend to be that, like, if whether it's in your brain or going to go. I hate to say the word, but I like this phrase. You fake it until you make it a little bit.
Well, don't say it. Don't ever say it because that shows that you very much not educated. Think about that. How you can fake something that you don't know? You practice everything you practice.
Yeah. Or could you say, like, imitate the result until you make it instead of saying fake?
So that's what I do when I start to work with someone.
Yeah.
I want you to replace your self image for the person that you want to become,
Hmm.
which is mean I want you to be practiced like you already have that. So how is that person behave? What does that person do? What he eat? What he talk? Who he talk? Where he hang out? When you do that, and I'm not gonna leave you alone, which is mean I will give you exercise to do. I want you to take this image that you have in your head. I want you to put down on paper. When you have it on paper, now you have contract between you and the universe, you and God, whatever you want to call it. Now I want you to reread it multiple times a day. That will assist you to replace your self-image.
That's great. I think this is an amazing start for some people that aren't understanding that the manifestation or the words or whatever you want to call it or not call it, but at least by getting your brain to visualize it and letting your body feel it and simulate it to get there, right? And this is cool. Tell me a little bit about you've been doing this now for a little bit and you transitioned from like just a very different way of life. Like what's on the horizon that you're working on right now?
For me, this is my dream.
Yeah,
I live in my dream.
love that.
That's what I love to do.
Yeah,
You wake me in the middle of the night and I'm ready to go. I don't need even to wash my face or drink a coffee to wake up. I'm already up.
you're already up. All right. Well, at this point, I feel like some people are thinking, I want to have a coffee date, right? I want to meet you. Where is your favorite place for someone to connect with you? Is it your website or LinkedIn? Tell me about that.
There is either send me an email to my website or to LinkedIn, and
Okay.
we're gonna have conversation first.
Yes.
Yeah, I like to get to know the people before I decide to work with, because not everyone is ready.
Yeah.
There is the thing that there is few principle in life that one follow each other.
Hmm.
So we have the thing that happened twice. Now we have the thing that if you want to have something that you never had before, you need to do something that you never did before.
Yeah.
Now, here is the magic. When you do something that you never did before, you will never fail. It's impossible to make mistake and nothing will go wrong. How you can fail, do something wrong or make mistake on something that you have no experience, you never did that in your life? You can't. What will happen? You're gonna get result gonna give you experience. Now the question is, how does that make you feel? If it's make you feel good, you're gonna put more time on this activity. If it's not make you feel good, it's even better because now you have something to learn. Now, if you're not learning, you will be like the other monkey in a marketplace that nobody know, nobody see. But when you're learning, you innovate. You came with new idea. We have new concept. You have new product. You have something that nobody saw before. Marketplace like that, appreciate that, and you're gonna be compensated.
Man, that's neat. I love that. All right, everybody, you heard it straight from Haim. He wants you to go find him on his website. All the links are everything down below. What's your website again? Tell us.
InMotionCoach.com.
In Motion Coach. That's where you're going to find him. And then when you connect with him, he's going to shoot a message and say, "Hey, how'd you find me? Let's do a coffee and hang out and see how he can potentially be a great coach in your life." I'm so grateful that you were able to come on the show. I appreciate your time so much. Is there anything that you want to leave with everybody at the end?
The most important part in life, look, in life there is three things that either make you very successful or you leave you stagnant. It's your imagination, your belief, and your habit. That can make you very successful or you're going to be stagnant. Now, what you want to do that, you need to have someone on your side, someone on your corner. That's the best thing I can tell to anyone. Have someone on your side without judgment. That's what you need. You don't need advice. You don't need anything else.
That's wonderful. I love it. Thank you for your insight, your advice, the things that you told everybody to do today. And everybody check out his website, go say hi. So that way you can at least be in part of his world and hear all this great stuff. Thank you guys for hanging out with us to the end today. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Bye. Take care.